moving business forward.
Welcome to another exciting package of VTN Business Delight. And if you're just joining us once again, welcome. My name is Priska Chemeka, and if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly hit on the subscribe button, and also do not forget to hit on the bell icon so you can get a notification anytime we upload a new interview. This week we're bringing you another industry player. Sit back, relax yourself while we unfold the details.
Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited, an indigenous company incorporated in 2006 and commenced business in 2008 as a shipping company. Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited is today the largest transporter of clean petroleum products (CPP) in West Africa, that is, Nigeria-owned flagged vessel. Are privileged to be the first Nigeria company that have an OCIMF SIRE approved vessel with Nigeria flag, that is, Oil Major Approval Vessel. We are a global provider of high quality, cost effective and transparent vessel chartering services to cargo owners and financiers. We are a fully integrated provider of vessel services and commercial management company. As an experienced operator, we provide high quality, well managed vessels to our customers globally. Over the years, Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited has grown from strength to strength and has become one of the leading commercial managers of tank vessels in Nigeria. We pride ourselves in being able to offer the highest level of professional service to our esteemed customers. We also strive to be a reliable partner, sustaining excellence and constantly striking to improve our competencies. Our vision is to be a giant in the provision of maritime and shipping services and setting high level of standard in the industry. Sea Transport provide high quality service in marine, oil and gas, which conform to the requirements of its customers and time without defects. Aminu Umar, the acting president of the Nigeria Ship Owners Association, NISA, is also the MD CEO Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited.
Welcome to yet another episode of the VTN Networks Limited. With me on the program is the acting president of the Nigerian Ship Owners Association. He's in the person of Mr. Umar Aminu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sir, please can you give us a brief background of Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited?
Sea Transport is commercial manager of ships and ship owner of tankers. It's a company that has been incorporated with the early 2000, and today we are proud to say we are among the largest fleet owners in the country. So, and we are among the only Nigerian company with Oil Major approved tankers. So that is in a nutshell what Sea Transport is.
Briefly, can you tell us about NISA, the Nigerian Ship Owners Association?
Nigerian Ship Owners Association is an association of ship owners as well as providers of services to the ship owners. We have been incorporated for over 12 years. This association has been in existence. We have been putting all the ship owners coming together to be able to tell the relevant government authorities what are the challenges we are having. And it has been a very remarkable 12 years of growth. and we are proud, and we thank our founding fathers who are still there in the board of trustees of this association, who have been the ones that have sacrificed a lot to move this association to where it is today.
So how optimistic are you that the ship owners can speak with one voice?
So far, we have been speaking with one voice. Okay, we have some little bit of challenges here and there, but so far we have been speaking with one voice. The reason is the things that affect ship owners is only one. So it's not like there are ship owners that have different issues that affect them and the other ship owners have a different issue. So we think that we are all together because we go through the same, we're in the same environment, we go through the same issues that we are all facing. We face more or less the same issues. Though there are some associations that have come up, but we are all the same and we speak with only one voice.
Since you took over as the acting president, what are the challenges and then how have you tackled them?
Well, the ESCO is not only me, it has been me together with my ESCO. We have faced some challenges in terms of some issues relating to some members. However, we have been able to bring all the members together. And we have also, because we have been elected around November 2014, so 2015 has been a little bit of challenge or quiet year because of election and change in government. So, but however, we have been able to reach out to the relevant government agencies to see how they can look at the policies that are already in existence to be able to make it a better policy or supportive policy to the Nigerian ship owner. So far we have done remarkably well, and I thank the ESCO who have always been with us.
Where do you hope to see this association in the next 5 to 10 years?
To be bigger than what it is today. We look forward, actually, as you know, the name says, it states it's Nigerian Ship Owners Association. What we are hoping for is the number of ship owners in Nigeria should grow more and more. We hope to see that not only in number, but in fleet. Today, the Nigerian Ship Owners Association number of fleet or assets we own is the largest in Africa. So we are proud to say that we are the ones that are holding the flag for Africa. Our challenge now is to be able to match any other association in Europe and in America or in Asia. And that is our challenge. So I hope in the next few years, with support of government, we should be able to be at the same level with the European Ship Owners Association.
As a stakeholder in the industry, how would you appraise the development of the maritime industry?
It has been good, I can say that. If you look at maybe 20 years ago, the number of Nigerians that invest in maritime are non-existent. Now, if you look back and look at today, we have Nigerians that have invested a lot. And they are investing more and more people are coming into this business. And if you take 20 years ago, you will see that the Nigerian financial institutions like the banks are not even financing ship owners. Today, we have a lot of banks financing them. So I think it is remarkable, it's growing.
So how would you assess the operations of NIMASA?
NIMASA is, as you know, is our regulatory body. As a ship owner in Nigeria, I believe NIMASA has two fundamental duties. One is to regulate and make sure that the standards and quality or conventions that are in maritime are well implemented here. The number two responsibility is to develop shipping. In the area of regulation or regulating the industry, yes, they are doing that. But in the area of stimulating growth in the shipping industry to develop more of Nigerian ship owners, I think there is a lot of room for improvement. So we believe with the new chief executive of NIMASA that has just come in, a very intelligent and respected politician, we hope that he will make it improve on this number two responsibility.
So can you tell us a bit about Cabotage Act law?
In a nutshell, it is a law that the federal government promulgated. The main purpose of this law is to regulate the number of the people who can trade within the coastal waters of Nigeria. I think the main purpose of the law is to support, to encourage and give Nigerians the upper hand, and make sure that no foreign participation. Even if there is a foreigner coming, he must go through some kind of conditions whereby if there is a Nigerian that has the capacity to do it, then the Nigerian will have to take that business. So far that is the main purpose and the reason for that Cabotage Act or law. And in that act also the government has put in an intervention fund which is called Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. So which is supposed to finance Nigerians to be able to develop this capacity to trade in these coastal trade areas.
So how would you appraise the operation of the Local Content Act law so far?
In the oil industry, the local content has been actually true. They are doing very well in the oil and gas industry, and they need to do more. They have been encouraging the IOCs to give more business to Nigerians, and which is really what is needed. That is the main purpose of the Local Content Act. And so we're seeing some little bit of, but we need them to do more in terms of, particularly for ships, because we are not seeing it in the shipping side. We are seeing it more in the engineering side, in the other services that is done in the oil industry. But in the shipping side, we are not seeing it. So we believe that the new person also that is there should be able to do more on the shipping side.
What would you say are the opportunities and prospects of the maritime industry in Nigeria?
It's huge. The potentials in this industry is huge. As Nigerian and a Nigerian ship owner, there are a lot of opportunities. We are not up to 5 or 2% of the requirement of what is happening in our maritime industry. We believe that in the ship owners side of the maritime, Nigerians have a potential to grow another 95% to take over, but so far we are not up to 5% of the total requirement that is happening in the industry. So there are a lot of potentials. The government gains a lot in that industry, and we are being championing this to the government. There is a lot of forex or foreign exchange earnings that will have been coming to this country, which we are now giving to other countries instead of Nigeria.
How would you assess the role of the banks in the financing of maritime industry in Nigeria?
They are not doing well, as a matter of fact. They have their reasons, but I think NIMASA, as well as the Ship Owners Association like NISA, which is one of the part of our agenda, we are supposed to create an awareness with the financial institutions like the banks. Because up till now, one of the major issues in the maritime industry is there is lack of awareness. People don't understand the industry. So when banks don't understand the industry, they cannot finance it. And so banks, yes, there are banks that are financing, but most of the banks don't do it. So there is need for them to please increase, and we hope CBN, the Nigerian Central Bank, should encourage.
and Business Delight, moving business forward.
Nigerian account for 2% of the world's ship ownership. What do you think is the problem, and how can it be addressed?
We'll be happy if we're up to 2%. I think it is approximate, but the problem is finance. Number one key issue is finance. The banks don't finance. The government intervention fund, which they have kept aside, like the CVFF, the shipbuilding and acquisition, nobody is getting it. Number two problem, why we cannot go beyond what the 2%, if we ever reach 2%, is that no supportive policies to grow the shipping industry in this country. So since there is no supportive policies, it is very difficult for people to grow the business. And so, like again I said, Nigerian Ship Owners NISA is trying to discuss with government to see how they can change these policies to be supportive.
When will ships be built in Nigeria?
Well, that is a serious one. Presently, there are boats being built. For us to have a shipbuilding facility, we need a lot of things. One is our steel industry have to be very, very developed, because you build ship with steel. Number two, we have to have the skilled labor. So we have a lot of capacity building on that to create that skilled labor. Number three is we need power. And so there are a lot of infrastructure that need to be in place in order for us to develop and start building ships. Number four is the market. Until the Nigerian ship owner is being developed to a level that we can be buying ships and getting finance to buy ships from Nigeria and doing businesses that are in Nigeria, there is no way a shipbuilder will come and build, because if he builds, what does he do with it? So he needs finance to build it. He needs to have a market. So he needs to have a person that is saying, build this vessel, I need it, I'm going to pay from today, I give you a deposit, build it in 1 year, you finish, I already have a business for that. That is, until that infrastructure is in place, it will be a little bit difficult to have shipbuilding. But today we have boats. Some boats are being built in this country, particularly in Port Harcourt. Okay, barges are being built also in this country. You can find that in Kirikiri and also in Port Harcourt. Some fabrication for modules are being done in some of our offshore supply bases. Like I think Ladol is doing some, and they're doing some in Port Harcourt and Boni. So I think so far a little bit of things are done in the oil and gas industry in terms of fabrications and as putting things together on the terminals or platforms.
The maritime industry should have their own ministry to be able to regulate the industry. What's your take on that, sir?
Personally, to me, I do not think it is necessary for now. As we know, our government is trying to rationalize the ministries that are already existing. So I think in NIMASA, Shippers Council, we have two parastatals that I think can be able to regulate whatever it is we need in the maritime. All we need to do, we need from them to be able to do this adequately is to be able to interact with the stakeholders, to be able to listen to what are our issues, what are our problems, because we believe the past administration are not listening to anybody. We will tell the government where there are the opportunities to create jobs, where there is opportunity for them to increase the number or the total amount of FX or foreign exchange earnings that are coming into this country, where there are opportunities for them to increase revenue that they are getting. So these things, until they are able to sit down with us and discuss with the stakeholders, I don't think it will be. So I do not think it's necessary to have a maritime ministry. I think the agencies there can be able to do it.
Can we reduce the perennial gridlock, to and from the port?
My opinion is we should look at short-term solution and medium-term and long-term solution to it. The short-term solution is to have a numbering system and also create a system in the fuel depots as well as the container terminals, whereby the trucks are not allowed to come and queue on the street for over a long period of time. What we are facing today is we have tankers and flatbed trucks that are supposed to take containers and fuel that stay on the road for over a day or two, thereby blocking the entire road. So if there is a system that is implemented in conjunction with the depot owners and as well as the container terminal operators, those trucks should be given a number and they should be allowed to come in and go straight to load their product and leave. So this is the only system that can work, whereby the roads are clear. So they can do it in batches, okay, and these are things I think the Lagos State government should be able to discuss with those depot owners and container terminal operators.
Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited is a leading indigenous ship owners and operators in Nigeria and the biggest ship chartering and operator in Nigeria. We have the following fully owned and operated oil tankers in our fleet. The company focuses on the development of services based on a set values expressed in the company's mission, vision, and ethical values. The management seeks to reach levels of excellence in performance in all our activities by way of continued review improvement. The company committed to continually invest in our network and closely follow the latest development to offer the best possible services to our clients. Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited is established to provide the most competitive maritime services in Nigeria.
So, sir, briefly, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
My name is Amin, which you know, so already know. I have been in this industry for over, I think, about 15 to 20 years.
Wow.
And have been opportune to grow through the industry. So from ship agency to clearing and forwarding agency to commercial management of ships to ship owning business. So I think I would say I'm among one of the most rounded person in the maritime industry. And actually it's an opportunity and privilege which I am very grateful to God and to the people who gave me this opportunity. So I have actually also interest in maritime because I meet a lot of people from different culture. Every day in maritime you learn. You see people from different part of the world. You discuss with people from different part of this world. So some you can even speak, maybe you can be able to talk in the same language. Some you use sign language to discuss. But actually it is interesting because you learn and you meet a lot of very, very good human beings all over the world. So that is in a nutshell who I am.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been wonderful speaking with you. I must say you are an interviewer's delight. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, sir.
Pharmaceutical industry in Nigeria, like every other industry, has been facing a lot of challenges.
Today, dollar is about 325. So by the time you pay me that money back, the value of that money has gone down by about 20%.
In a few years, I am very optimistic. With this government, things will change.
And that's about it on this week's package of VTN Business Delight. Trust you enjoyed it. Please do join us next week for another industry player, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. I still remain your host, Priska Chemika. See you next week.